Hi, this is Zak Mir with the Bulletin Board Heroes here on Share Talk for Friday, the 20th of July. Starting off with Alba Mineral Resources, where you can see there's a V-shaped bull flag, mid-move consolidation just above the 200-day moving average at 0.37 pence. An end-of-day close above the initial July peak, 0.45, should be enough to take the shares up to 0.65, which is the top of a broadening triangle from October last year. Stop loss really back below the 200-day line for that. On to a stock which has been rather controversial now and again in the recent past, but yesterday we saw a good bounce off the 50-day moving average, 0.019, and we're sort of teetering around the initial July peaks at the moment. The good news, I suppose, here is that we had the main push through the 50-day line last month. We've held that line essentially, and now could make further progress above that 50-day moving average. The big target here as high as 0.045 at the top of a rising February trend channel. But obviously, Andalas being Andalas, you want to be quite strict on the stop losses if you can. Going on to another stock which is big on the bulletin boards, Active Energy. Here we've got the situation where shares have been bouncing around this £3 level in the recent past. The plus point here, I suppose, is the way that the 200-day moving average is still rising. That's at 3.3 pence, waiting for an end-of-day close or a weekly close above the 200-day line to give us that big target towards 6 pence and the top of a rising December trend channel. If you're squeamish about the stock, maybe you wait for that red line there and the 50-day average to be broken at 3.5 pence before pressing the buy button. Onto the stock which I managed to avoid charting at all so far, which is may or may not be a good thing, but we had a big move for the stock earlier in the week, and Baguio Group, and the point of interest, I suppose, for me on a technical basis is that we had a bear trap gap reversal there for the stock with the gap down at the beginning of the month, gap higher, and the bear trap below 1.5 pence, straight through the 50-day and 200-day moving averages. And so hopefully the shares will hold above that June resistance around 2.3, 2.4 pence, and then make a move higher back up to the top of the range, 3.5 pence and beyond. So a good rocket launcher type of move there on the daily chart of Bagir Group. Another stock which was flying a little while back, Bahamas Petroleum. Here we've got a nice looking situation here with the vertical move earlier in the month, consolidation, and basically holding above 5 pence at the floor of this rising trend channel from April. The ideal scenario here is that we remain above 5 pence and head up towards a notional technical target as high as 10 or 11 pence over the next few weeks. Moving along to shares which have also been quite active of late in terms of the price action. Mossman Oil Gas, again a vertical move through the 50-day and 200-day moving averages, a bit of consolidation now. Probably what we want to see here is an end-of-day close above the 200-day line. I think that'd be a nice trigger for further gains. That's at 0.81 pence. That could be enough to trigger a follow-on move towards the top of a broadening triangle at 1.4 pence over the following few weeks. Serica Energy gave people a bit of an upset a couple of months ago with a pullback from 80 pence plus. Situation now, though, is that very interestingly that we have the stock hugging in the recent past, hugging the 200-day moving average, still rising now at 63.8 pence. And while we're above that 200-day line, the shares have a chance of a retest, at least at the top of that gap, towards 80 pence over the next few sessions. Finishing off with shares which are normally running around in both directions. At the moment, we had that intraday dip yesterday for Versarien down to the 50-day moving average at 109 pence, and then bounced very, very strongly after that, which is very encouraging, obviously. A bit of a cork in water type of maneuver there. Just want to break 135 on an end-of-day close basis, and that would then open up the £2.20, 30 pence technical target that we've had for the shares there. The fact that we had that shaking out the weak bulls probably makes it now rather easier for the stock to break out through 135 plus and give us the next leg up. Also interesting to see that the RSI there at 59 has bounced above the neutral 50 level on 3 occasions in the recent past, so that's also a positive as far as momentum is concerned. That's it from me. More updates at the same time on Monday.